Beloved, on Saturday, July 22nd, 2017, I had a third dream. I was in an enormous house, and all of us who were there were Adventists. For some reason, I could know. Everyone was excited by the spacious and grandeur of the place, and they were fighting to get the best place. So there was a lady who preceded an auction sale, and this lady told my husband, "This place is for you." And my husband told me about it. And when he told me, I went to see it. And I said, no, this place could not be, because health and cooking workshops cannot be given there. And there is no land to plant, nor does it even have water. So they proceeded to auction it, since we didn't want that place. Then there were others who also wanted it and stayed in that auction sale. Then I began to look through a window. I saw a beautiful mountain, and at that moment I heard the voice of my companion, who said to me, go up the mountain." So I told my husband and my son, who was with me, to go up the mountain. And when we went up, we saw a small wooden house, but it was very pretty. It had a beautiful planting ground. So I told my husband, "This is the ideal place. Look, it even has a river." So my husband ran to tell the lady that we wanted that place, and she replied as contemptuously, "No problem. Anyway, nobody wants that place, so you can stay there." So I saw when my husband was on his way to me and my son, and when he was about to tell me what the lady told him, I interrupted him and said, "I know what she told you, because for some reason I had heard." Then we heard a tremendous noise, a horrible noise, when we were already on the mountain, and we looked at the big house on the plain. The house had a cross on top, and for some reason we thought it was a church. And when we looked, it had a sign that said Seventh-day Adventist Church. So when we saw this and were amazed, we saw how a huge stone fell and crushed it with everyone who was there. Then we began to cry, and although we did not feel in danger, we could not conceive what we had seen. I fell to the ground. I could no longer stand up, and my companion told me, "Get up and regain your courage." So I asked, "Why this?" And he answered me, "Every known system will fall, but the true children of God, His true faithful church, that one will never fall." Then he raised his hand with his right arm, pointed at me, and said, "Look." And I began to see that under the trees, on the slopes of the mountains, there were small groups who sang, who prayed fervently to God and read the word of God. And my companion told me, This is the true church. Now you will go," he said, "and tell the world what you have seen and heard, and the true people will prepare and get ready to meet their God." Then he lightened me and said, "Do not fear, but hurry, because the time is very close." I ran, but soon, I do not know how, I rose in the air and went flying to tell the world. And in that moment there, beloved, I woke up.